It's Ebony.
And Dira.
And we are the Extraordinary Sister Nerds. Yay!
You almost ruined it
again.
I
almost did.
You almost did it again. Ebony.
I watch your mouth. I'm like, she says we are. Well, hope your week has been great.
Yes, it is Friday again.
Friday. I'm not going to sing that other Friday song because we all do it like that.
It's Friday.
No, I said we're not going to sing that
Copyright! I'm just kidding.
Oh man, as you can tell, we're super giggly, but I think it's because it is storming and it's raining outside, and we love the rain.
Yes.
So it's making us really happy
we're
right
excited.
now. Yeah, but so I guess
last week's quote.
It was "I'm your Huckleberry," and it's from the movie Tombstone. Oh my gosh, that movie is
that?
You should have seen that. That's a classic in our house. Like, Mama loves that movie.
I don't remember seeing it.
Oh my god, it's the Western movie.
Oh, I definitely have not seen it.
Oh, this is bad, guys. Dear, we gotta change that. Cause does Mama know you haven't seen that movie?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have seen it and I just don't remember. Because that happens with a lot of movies. And then I'm watching it and I'm like, wait, I've seen this movie.
Yeah, that's a movie like we. Yeah, I would believe it if like Cyan, our brother, has not seen it.
Right.
But you,
I don't know. I probably have seen it.
Yeah, but it's got Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, and a bunch of other people. Like it's a classic movie. But even that line, it's classic. I know I'm saying classic a lot, but it seriously is. Like, you just watch the movie. But this week's quote.
All right. To deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human. Yes.
Yes. Guess what it is?
Really good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should we give them a hint or no?
I already did. It's a movie.
There you go.
I do that every time. I'm like, wait, I'm not even supposed to give any hints.
That's it. That's all the hints we're going to give you. Sorry. Okay, so what are we going to talk about this week? Because I'm super excited about this one, and Idea is too.
Yay, we're actually talking about an anime, Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes, oh my gosh. This was not the first, okay, this movie is a Hayao Miyazaki movie.
Yes.
And this isn't, the first one we watched was Kiki's Delivery Service, or was it My Neighbor Totoro?
I think the first one that we watched was Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You sure? Yeah, no, you're right. Because then the next one was Totoro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, oh my gosh. I love, like, every single one of those movies I've seen.
They're a masterpiece. They all are masterpieces.
They really are. I think the only one that I kind of was okay with was Ponyo. And that was still, I still liked it.
Ponyo.
Yeah, it was super cute. It was just like, I think...
It was more child feeling.
Yeah.
Like, My Neighbor Totoro was meant to be like a children's movie.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other ones kind of have like an adult feel or
that's
older audience feel to it.
Yeah, because my favorite one's like Princess Mononoke, and that's a dark one. So
yeah. So I actually watched one of his first movies the other day, Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. It was actually really good.
I need to see like that. It's that one, and there's a couple other ones I really need to see.
Yeah, we've seen the majority, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and then there's, like, another director who has, like, somewhat of the same style, and I just blanked on his name. But, because he did the one that I said I saw the DVD at one of the stores, it was The Cat's Return,
mm-hmm.
and I love that movie, like, yeah.
That's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that whenever I was, like, in... elementary school.
I think it was elementary school for you.
I was like in 5th grade, I think.
Yeah, and I think I was in middle school by that time. Yeah,
a long time ago. But Howl's Moving Castle actually got an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
It is so good.
It's so popular.
Tell them who the voices are.
Okay, so the voice of...
Oh, wait. Actually, let's talk about the plot and then the voices.
Okay, yeah. Let's tell you what the movie's about.
Sorry, in case you've never seen it.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so basically the movie is about the main character, Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
Actually... Okay, hold on. Do we want to talk about the book first, or do we want to talk about...
Oh, okay. Well, Howl's Moving Castle is actually... It is actually a book, and I just found out while also doing research that it is a series of 3 books, and I've only read the first one, so I need to read the other 2. But it's a book and a movie. Howl's Moving Castle is a book and a movie, but it originally is a book written by Diana Wynne Jones. I hope I'm saying her middle name or her first last name right. And she's a British author. And basically the whole plot of, like, both the movie and the book, because we'll talk about a couple of differences between them both. Basically the whole synopsis, or the plot of it is a girl named Sophie. She's kind of like, not really a loner, she just feels like an outsider of her own family.
Because she has a lot of siblings.
Yeah, and she stumbles, she meets this wizard named Howl, and she ends up getting onto his moving castle, and
she just ends up having an entire adventure with him and what's his name?
The demon?
Calcifer.
And is it Marco? The little boy? Okay, well, in the movie he's a little boy, in the book he's actually older.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. But that's kind of, it's about a woman who basically, goes on an adventure with a wizard named Howl in his moving castle.
And the reason why she goes on this adventure is because she ends up insulting a witch.
Yeah, she gets cursed.
Yeah, not actually knowing it's a witch. And she gets cursed and turned into a 90-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's really funny.
And so, like, whenever she tries to go find Howl's castle, and
to,
she
cure her or something like that.
She wants to be changed back.
Yeah, and Howl is very Howl has, like, the mentality of, like, a teenage boy. He's
very stubborn.
He's stubborn. He doesn't dramatic.
Listen. He's dramatic.
Oh my gosh! But the voices of the characters.
Yes. So the voice in the English version is Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
He's in
Batman. Yes, he is Batman.
He's in a lot of movie, guys. He's a really good actor.
If you don't know who Christian Bale is, like, come on. It's Batman.
Now. Go to Google.
It's Batman.
Type in Christian Bale right now.
Do it right now.
But also, Sophie is Emily Mortimer.
Yes, and she's a great actress. I'm laughing because if you guys have watched 30 Rock, she was what was her character's name in 30 Rock? She was the character that Jack Donaghy, Alec Baldwin's character, like, he gets engaged. She was the art dealer, and she had avian bone syndrome, and she would always be like, my bones, they're hollow like a bird. And it's just every time I think of her, I think of that character, and it just makes me laugh because that was a funny character.
But yeah, those are actually 2 stars that you guys would probably know, but that's only in the English version.
Yeah.
And it was actually released in June 2005 in the U.S., and I think in, like, Venice and Japan, it was actually released in 2004.
Oh yeah, a lot of the European countries get movies a little bit earlier than we do in the U.S.
Yeah, but it won 9 awards.
It's like visually beautiful. The storyline, like, especially if you read the book, it can kind of seem kind of jumpy. And even like watching it first, you're like, okay, it's kind of jumpy.
But it's so colorful. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And
it's a very deep movie too. Like, it's like, some things seem random, but each thing has its own connection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it tugs at your heart.
Yeah, oh god. It's so beautiful.
But it actually made $23.2 billion in box office.
Jeez, that's
that
amazing.
Is crazy.
Oh god, God, that is so awesome. It's such a good movie.
It is a really good movie. And, like, if you guys aren't really, like, anime fans, I feel like these movies might change your mind.
Yeah, because this one has, like, a touch of, like, steampunk in it.
Yeah, it's, like, steampunk. Like, it actually has, like, a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most animes do, but it takes time to actually get to the story. But, no, like, if you watch Miyazaki films, you may reconsider, like, how you feel about anime.
Oh, yeah. Like, and then, like, and it will open your eyes to the different styles of anime and animation, too, because anime isn't just, like, one. If you're not, like, used to anime, you may think that anime is, like, just this one style because you maybe saw, like, Naruto or something like that, but it's a bunch of different styles,
but it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna try not to spoil as much because we really want you to go watch the film because it's really good.
It's like we can't even say it enough how good it is. It's a really
You're not gonna find it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So you might have to either rent it or you might have to go rent it from a store, or if you just want to take a shot in the dark and just go buy it. Just do it because it's worth it.
It's really, So, before we just keep going, it's really, because it really is. Like I said earlier, it's a book also. So in the book, there are of course differences in the book and the movie. In the book, it's in the movie, it's Sophie and her younger sister Letty. In the book, did I say that right?
I said in the book, it's Sophie and Letty. In the book.
Dang it. In the movie.
In the movie,
there is Sophie and Letty, her younger sister. In the book, there are 3 sisters. Sophie is the eldest, then there is Letty, who's the middle child, and then Martha, the younger.
We don't see Martha in the movie.
No, we don't. She doesn't really exist. It's kind of like, in the book, you have Sophie and her stepmom, and then they have a dad, but then the dad dies. In the movie, the dad doesn't really exist.
He doesn't appear. You just see the stepmom getting remarried.
Yeah, that's about it. And, like, in the book, the stepmom's actually kind of really mean, because, the whole, like, stereotypical wicked stepmother thing.
Yeah, and in the movie, she just kind of seems distracted and more interested in, like, the hat shop than Sophie.
Yeah, she's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, she seems like she's more into the business instead of actually, like, Sophie.
Yeah, but, like, she, even when she came and visited Sophie, she's like, oh, Sophie, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Like,
it's like, what?
I mentioned that in the book, the father died, and when the father died, Sophie's stepmother realized that she can't take care of all of them, so she sends each of the girls to a different apprenticeship. Sophie is an apprentice at a hat shop,
which you see in the movie, and the hat shop is actually was the father's shop.
Yes, yeah. And Letty is an apprentice at the bakery, which we see that, but we just, it didn't seem like she was an apprentice. It seemed like she just kind of, like, got a job there.
Yeah, she was basically, like, one of the most popular workers there.
Yeah, like, so they didn't, like, make it really clear that she had been an apprentice there, but I guess in that time period, because it's, like, set in,
I don't know.
It's, like set in the, like,
when steampunk actually was starting to, like, get big. Or the steam...
Like, the industrial time.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly. Yeah, like, so it's around that time period, so I guess, like, that
big
time
hats,
period you get...
big dresses.
Yeah. You
still
get, like,
suits and...
Yeah. I feel like maybe 1940s? Maybe 1930s?
Maybe 30s.
Yeah, so, like, around that time, I guess, getting a job, you have to be an apprentice, so I guess it makes sense. Like, we have to just kind of know the history. And then Martha, the youngest sister, who's not in the movie, she goes to apprentice with a witch. And, they apparently all have a magical ability in the book. But in the movie...
You don't see that,
You don't see that at all.
You just see that Sophie is just really... She's really courageous, in a way. But she's, like, very subtle about it.
Yeah, like, her magic is, like... It's just... Yeah, her courage. Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Well, like, in, like, a deeper sense, like, in the movie, like, her magic is her courage, but in the books, like, she actually does have magic capabilities.
Right.
What else is, I guess, something else is different, there's this, in the book, Sophie is, well, in the movie, too, like, she's just so, she feels alone. She's the oldest of 3, and with a lot of, a lot of books, like, when a child feels left out. A child feels left out, and Sophie was the one who felt left out. And so she, even though she worked at the hat shop, her sister, Letty, worked at the bakery shop, which is, like, right down the street. She would not visit her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she felt lonely because, like, it seemed like she was the only one that was really, like, mourning for her father. Mm-hmm. Like, in the movie, that's what it seemed like. Yeah. She wanted to stay at the hat shop. Yeah. She wasn't really close to her stepmom.
And she also felt like she wasn't attractive. Because she constantly would, like,
Yeah, because in the movie, like, you could see her, she's, like, trying on one of the hats and trying to see if, like, she could, like, be cute, but then she just kind of looks like she's down all of a sudden because she doesn't feel like maybe she's not pretty.
Yeah, and it's not even just, like, pretty on the outside, she also thinks she's not pretty on the inside as well. It's really sad. Like, she has a lot of, She doesn't have a lot of self-confidence,
Yeah.
and she's got her quirky moments, but that's what we get from her. But she finally visits her sister Letty.
Yeah.
And in the book, when she goes to visit her, she gets harassed, like, really aggressively by some soldiers. And it's downright creepy reading how they are talking to her and, like, the advances they're making on her. And she gets rescued by Howl, the wizard. But in the movie, it kind of seems like they're just kind of doing some light flirting.
Yeah, because whenever she's rescued by Howl, she doesn't realize that it's Howl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just like, oh, this magical man jumped down and rescued me all of a sudden, and then he's just gone. Like,
yeah.
But then, like, later on, she realizes, wait, does she realize?
Her sister, because when he dropped her off, well, in the movie, she's like, I think that was the wizard, and
she was like, that's Howl, you need to be careful, he steals people's hearts.
Yeah, and she goes, no, because he only steals the hearts of beautiful women.
Yeah, okay. But that's when she realizes it was Howl, because her sister's like, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
But then the witch visited the hat shop. In the movie, she visits the hat shop, and she's like, we're closed, and she kind of sasses her, and the witch is like, it's kind of like, what's that word? It's kind of funny how you decide to stand up to the
witch of the waste. Yeah.
And she's like, wait, what? The witch of the waste? And then she curses her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Sophie gets turned into a 90-year-old woman.
Sorry.
She gets cursed. And that's when she decides to go on the quest to find Howl. And she was like, well, since he only eats hearts of beautiful women, then I have a chance.
It's everybody knows there is a wizard, and they're saying it's this evil wizard who steals women's hearts and eats them. And he wanders around this moving castle. So everybody knows who he, or not really. Because not a lot of people know what he looks like, but they do know about him. It's a legend, it's kind of an old legend. Like, there's witches, there's wizards. They know about Howl. They just, that's.
And they have this image of this scary, like, creepy wizard.
Yeah.
they just have this image of this really scary person.
And, like, he's really, like, because they say he steals and eats women's hearts, so, like, you obviously think he's, like, yeah, like, it's kind of like the Ice King in Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably what they're picturing.
But then, whenever you actually meet him in the movie, you're like, oh, okay, he's not that bad.
He's a very good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's genuine, he's a good-looking guy.
Well,
he seems kind of selfish at the beginning.
He is selfish. Hal is extremely selfish. He really is. He's selfish, he's childish,
When they first meet, he's just like, how did you get in here and why are you in my house? And it's because she makes a deal with Calcifer. Calcifer is the talking flame.
Calcifer is actually a demon.
Yes.
He's like one of our favorite characters.
Yes, he is the talking flame in the castle. He actually keeps the castle going.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to tell them why?
No.
Okay,
no. You gotta find that out.
Yeah.
But he makes a deal with Sophie because she said she'll find a way to break his curse because Calcifer is cursed as well.
Mm-hmm.
If he finds a way to, if he gives her a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, fine. If you find a way to break my curse, I'll let you stay here. And so whenever Howl and Sophie meet, he's like, how did you get in my house and what are you doing here? And she's like, I'm your cleaning lady because she's a 90-year-old woman.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, are you a witch? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, you got a nasty curse on you. So.
Well, that's what Calcifer. No. Calcifer knows that there's a curse on her.
Yeah.
But, because, like, I think that Howl, he actually, because what we all see, yes, is a 90-year-old woman, and Calcifer can see through that because Calcifer is a very powerful demon. But, like, I think Howl could also see through the curse as well. He just never said anything till, like, the end.
Yeah, because there was that one point where she was sleeping,
mm-hmm.
and she turned younger again,
mm-hmm.
and he saw her, and he didn't seem phased at all.
Yeah.
He was just like, huh.
Okay, did she really turn younger, or were we just seeing her through Howl's eyes?
I think because the curse, remember the curse changes however, like, how old she is portraying herself.
You're right.
Because, like, there's times where she's a little bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
There's times when she's, like, back to her original age. And then she's, like, really old. So however she's acting, however mature or whatever she is, her age changes, I've noticed.
Huh.
Because when she's sleeping, you know, you just kind of see her calm, innocent, and just, like, asleep. And I think that's why she went back to her original age.
I don't know, because that wouldn't...
Because when she's, like, ordering Marco around, she's older.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's taking charge. Because she's older.
What was the actual curse that the witch put on her? Like, what were the words? Okay, we know the witch cursed Sophie to look older. But...
I think because of the way that she, like... portrays herself, or the way that she feels, like whenever she's really mature, she's still older. But then, like whenever she has like that brief moment of like adolescence, she's like she shows herself at her actual age.
Well, yeah, because like we just found out that the curse was actually short termed. It wasn't. It wore off, which I don't really know in the movie at what point it seemed like the curse wore off. Like maybe when we realized, like, well, that's when we realized it, that like when we saw her sleeping. But the curse was short termed. That witch totally messed up. So okay, honestly, I don't know if the witch was doing that to be mean, but also
she was kind of rude.
She was rude, but then also like that kind of helped Sophie reflect in on herself, because she stayed old. If the curse was so short termed, she stayed old for a long time, but that's because she kept thinking she was old and worthless.
So I'm just now remembering, there is a part in the movie where Howl takes Sophie to his secret garden.
Yes.
And he's like, "What do you mean, Sophie? You're so beautiful." And she goes, "No, I'm just an old lady who likes to clean." And that's she's her younger self when he says that to her. But then she transforms back to the older lady. Yeah. So I think that kind of reflects that she is holding on to the curse.
Yeah, and she's and the curse also could be another thing of the curse of not like loving your true self.
Yeah. And that's what she was struggling with. So I think the witch saw through that and kind of like gave her a spell where she had to like kind of deal with herself.
Yeah. Because Sophie was rude. Like, okay, in the movie, it didn't seem like she was very rude.
She was just very quiet.
Yeah, but in the book, she was actually kind of rude to the witch. But, yeah, like, it's, that's just so crazy.
It makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And Sophie's also trying to help Howl.
So she's not focusing on herself.
Yeah, exactly. You start to see her become more her younger self when she starts doing things for herself.
Right.
And yeah, see, this is what we're saying about this movie being kind of deep.
Yeah, you actually notice these things. Like, we've watched this movie plenty of times, and probably the first time we didn't notice, but the second time, the third time, we're like, wait.
Oh. Yeah, oh my gosh.
It's really good, but that's what happens with Sophie, and that's why that whole adventure with Howl actually, like, becomes a thing. Because otherwise she probably would have been, because they moved locations for the hat shop. Yeah, and because there's also of course another evil witch or wizard, more evil than the Witch of the Waste. And well, in the book it's different, but in the movie we're not
going to spoil it. But like, of course, there's other things going on besides the fact of Sophie's curse and Calcifer's curse. There's other things happening, and there's a war going on because of the time period.
Yeah.
So you also got to think of history and like where they're located, because I think they're located in England.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like most of the time, so it's a lot of historical things going on as well. But yeah, there's some beautiful scenes which I can't. I mean, yeah, I really want to talk about it, but I don't like. Okay,
we really want you to see it for yourself, like, and like everything with Howl, like. We are not going to spoil that.
No,
because you need to watch it.
You need to watch it. But I do want to. I'm not going to talk about like too much, but there's a scene with a falling star, and it is beautiful.
Nope, we can't talk about
That's it. That's all I'm going to say. It's a falling star.
It's just a falling star, and you see Howl as a child. That's it.
It's so pretty.
Go watch the movie.
The animation's beautiful.
And the music is gorgeous as well.
Oh my god, I think I'm going to watch it tonight now.
Like, I asked her if I could borrow it, and I didn't give it to her for months because I kept watching it. I was like, nope.
I thought I lost it. I was kind of mad.
It was at my house. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all
we can really say without giving too much away, because we really love this movie. And we hope you guys love it just as much as we do. Oh my gosh.
Yes, but that is it.
Yeah, have a great day. It's raining again.
It's raining hard.
Oh my god.
Have a great sunny, rainy, snowy afternoon.
Wherever you are in this world, enjoy
On this
what
planet
kind of,
Earth.
Yes. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.